Hello. You're gonna try playing Phantom Blade on mobile because the PC port is still screwed up. I just tried to play it off stream and I got like freaking like 90% through the level and then it soft locked and I lost everything. And I'm getting really tired of that, so we're gonna make an attempt here. see if see if this will work. Honestly, this phone streams and records pretty well without being hooked up, but uh oh, damn it, it's asking for my password again. How many times does this thing need to ask for my password? It's so annoying. It was just playing like 20 minutes ago. It doesn't remember the fucking password. It's so stupid, like... Stop asking for the password. Ugh! It's annoying how much stuff, like, constantly asks for your password. Can you not do that? Especially when I was just on the game, like, 10 minutes ago. Stupid. Alright. Okay, now I can show the game again. I had to type my password in. Alright, so let's see how this works. So what's annoying about this, they need to fix their PC port. It's been broken for days. How do you not notice? It just does that all the time. Really annoying when stuff just doesn't work. Why doesn't this have controller support? Come on. There's no controller support. The PC port doesn't work. How do you not have controller support? Come on. Really? It's just like not wanting to work at all. This is why your game that plays like an arcade game should have controller support from the start. How is it like not a priority? I don't want to play with the touchscreen. The touchscreen is trash. It's hot on your hands and it's just not good for this kind of game. Like the answer is always, oh, maybe we'll add it later. I'm like, it should be a priority. Especially when you already have the game on PC, and it's going to be on PS4 as well. I shouldn't have to jump through hoops to play with a controller. That's what's annoying about playing these kinds of games with the capture card that don't have controller support. Alright. It's already dropping frames because it's too hot here. I'm getting tired of this summer heat. I'm getting really sick of it. It's always so hot here. And I can't use this because it's too hot in the house. It, like, never cools down. Shouldn't even have to do this in the first place. It should just work on PC. Frame rate's terrible. Getting so annoyed with this stupid channel. It's just nothing wants to work. I don't know why the game is so laggy. They said they were supposed to fix it like yesterday. They're saying there'll be a patch today. Alright, well, I can only play that game at my neighbor's house then, until they fix it. I wish I lived there. I'm getting sick of California. It's been 100 degrees for like months now. I don't know, I don't really need to use the capture that much. When it starts cooling down in the house, I can probably use it again, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. I'm not gonna lug my computer to my neighbor's house. it's a little excessive. The quality looks fine when I record from the phones. The phone is powerful enough, so... It's just the game I want to play right now is broken on PC. I don't know, props to them for having a PC port, though. You can't really complain about that. They did... The game is heavily consoleized as it is, so... It's like, not really asking that much. At least they did that. It's rocky. It's rocky and janky right now, but they did... I mean, this game I have loaded right now has no PC port. It's rumored that one is coming, but I don't know. This game is very heavily consoleized too. I feel like these mobile game companies don't like money. Some of the stuff that happens, it's like... You already basically made a console game with console quality gameplay. And, you know, it's skill-based. There's no, like... No, just, like, straight gambling for stuff. Everything requires skill. But then you don't put it on a platform where, like, more people would be willing to play it. It just makes no sense. So at least the Phantom Blade guys are doing that. You can't complain about that. They did what a lot of the other ones won't do.
どっちでもいい。敵出現、殲滅する。このタオル、ここを突破する。そんな。そんな。この化け物のタオル。
Actually, speaking of ports, wasn't the Nier Automata port broken for like years? And the fans fixed it for them? Laughable. Why does that keep happening with Square? It's like no quality control at all. I think the only reason that game got fixed officially was because they put it out on Game Pass. It's like a pretty highly regarded game, so they thought maybe we should actually fix our game now. You know, the game is like 6 years old now. It's crazy. Nothing quite as bad as Final Fantasy VII Remake, though, where they took the money from Epic and then didn't fix the game and put it on Steam. It's still broken. Apparently, Cult of the Lamb is broken on Switch. Alright, well, that's all I really wanted to test. It's working fine, it's just the Phantom Blade game is like really laggy when I play it this way. I'm probably just gonna wait until they patch it. And they're wiping anyway, so it's not like I'm really like losing that much time or resources or anything. It's just I'm enjoying playing the game, and it sucks that I can't play it at home. Like, yeah, I know the first Dark Souls was busted on PC forever. And then like the remastered one was like not really that great either. I don't know, to be fair, Dark Souls 1 is that game's like 11 years old now. So that was the era where if you weren't Capcom, if your game studio was from Japan or Japanese and it wasn't Capcom, the port was trash. I mean, everything was like that at that point. 2011 when Dark Souls came out, like that was really the only good Japanese ports. Was mostly just some fighting games at the time were decent. The Capcom stuff, DMC4, Resident Evil 5, stuff like that. It's just that they didn't fix it for years, and then they remastered it, and that port has problems too, I think. That's the problem. But to be fair, to be completely fair, as somebody who doesn't like From Software, that was just how things were back then. Wasn't really until around the time that Koei started putting their stuff on Steam, like when they put Dynasty Warriors 8 up, like late 2013, early 2014. That's when Japanese PC ports got quite a bit better. Uh, Around that time, the DMC reboot port came out, and until the PS4 version came out, that was the best way to play it. That port was like really good out the gate. It didn't have any problems at all. But Dark Souls was a couple years before that, and that's just how things were. Japan is behind the times. They didn't realize that, like, hey, there's people that don't want to game on console, or they live in a country where consoles are really expensive, which is a lot of places in the world. Like maybe we should put our stuff on PC. But then the problem was they didn't know how to do it, so you got ports that barely worked. I'll be right back. I think people forget how recent functional Japanese game PC ports are. Like it hasn't been that long. It's been like, not counting stuff like the couple last gen Capcom games that came out around that time, like RE5, DMC4. Like most of them were terrible. But then Steam kind of blew up and they started taking shit seriously. It's a relatively recent development, actually being able to buy a game from Japan on PC and have it work. Tales of Arise port is great. Even without the mods, it's like the best way to play the game. Um, the load times on the PS5 version like actually aren't that much better, and it's locked at 60 FPS, I think. Black Frieza, isn't Frieza dead? But they made like a whole movie about how Frieza was dead, and then they brought him back, and he's friends with Goku because he realized that he's been power crept. That was like the whole point of that movie. It's like there was another threat, and they needed to bring Frieza back, and Frieza's like reformed because he's been power crept. Yeah, the heat is driving me nuts too, man. Don't you love how like every kind of media you can think of, TV shows, movies, and video games, they all greatly glorify living in California. But then anybody who's lived here for more than a couple years can tell you it's not that great to live here. Did you know that like almost every version of Power Rangers is in a fictional town in California? Like they make up names for it, but it's always supposed to be like around LA. Like almost every season of Power Rangers for the past 30 years has been in California. It used to be shot here. It used to be shot here until about 20 years ago when they moved to New Zealand. But yeah, they used to shoot it in like I think actually in LA around there. Like Ventura County was where Big Bad Beetleborgs was filmed. But yeah, media glorifies living in California so much, and then people that actually live here tell you there's a lot that sucks about it. Although to be fair, one of the things that's always sucked about living here is the gas prices. But now gas prices are crazy high everywhere, so you can't hold that against California anymore, for better or for worse. People really do glorify living here. It's like be here for like more than 3 years, and you'll start to realize there's some stuff that really sucks about like actually being here. But isn't Frieza dead? Wasn't the whole thing that he went back? He went back to hell or something? I like barely remember that movie. But basically the whole thing is there was a power creep villain and they brought Frieza back and he's like reformed because he realizes he's been power crept hard. And there's like no point in trying to be an asshole anymore because even like Krillin can just punch him in the balls and he's dead. And Krillin is like surpassed Frieza at this point. I like how death means like nothing in Dragon Ball anymore.
タイプムーンフランス版
Bringing back people in Dragon Ball used to be like it used to take at least some effort. Now they just come back like
メルティ
all
ー
the
ブ
time.
ラッドタイプルン
It was a pretty big deal to bring Krillin back. It was a pretty big deal to bring him back, and now he's just like he just come back whenever. What's Veiled Experts? What's that?
セレクト・ユア・キャラクターミッション開始ですね頑張ります今チャージなんかしたなんかしたよっこれさむくり今バッシュなんかしたバッシュよっこれせい痛いの行きます
What kind of game is it?
今上ですねやってくれやってくれた
Shooter, action MMO, or what? Heard of it.
なんかしたよっこれせい前にウェイカシャーやってくれたね許すまじサイアングルトランスファー
Oh yeah, that's a
よっこれせい許すまじなんかしたなんかした作戦
it's a very competitive genre to get into. I don't know why they keep trying. They were doing better with you know, weeb-friendly stuff like MapleStory and DFO and Vindictus. I don't really think anybody's gonna play something like that when there's much better stuff you can play. You got Call of Duty, you got Counter-Strike. What's back? Did the stream go down? Yeah, this is...